Hi guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader. Today we are going to be doing the Hufflepuff Book Tag. This was created by Abigail's Book Corner and I'll link the original video down below. I've seen a couple of people do this a while ago. I wasn't tagged or anything, but I just wanted to do more of a chatty, easier video today and just take it easy. I have not looked at these questions or prepared answers, so we're just going into this completely blind and we'll see what the first thing that comes to mind is. So first question is Harry Potter. Which is your favorite Harry Potter book? I have all my Harry Potter books here. If I remove my wand off my shelf, it's the only wand I have, and it is the glare of that sunshine is going to absolutely kill it, but it is Cedric Diggory's wand, who's one of my favorite characters. And oh, this is a hard one because I'm going to go with my gut feeling, which is Goblet of Fire. And just pulling these out now makes me really want to reread them, because the last couple of times I've reread the series, I do it kind of casually and not really in order. Sometimes I'll just fancy reading one, but I always listen to the audiobooks. I find them a great way to help me fall asleep if I'm really anxious or like on an airplane or something. I don't necessarily always want to listen to something new because I don't want to fall asleep and miss anything. But I have not actually read the physical books for a really long time. So just like picking this up and feeling the weight of it and seeing the cover makes me want to reread these again. So you could be seeing that coming too, just completely on a whim of picking this book up. But I have a lot of love for Prisoner of Azkaban, and also I think Philosopher's Stone will be the one that I go back to all the time, because it's just the first one and like so special, and you get introduced to everything in the world and there's just so much good in it as well. But I think Goblet of Fire for the storyline and the depth and a bit more intricity coming into the stories and the characters, I think it is my favorite. Second one, loyalty. Hufflepuffs are known for their undying loyalty, name and insta by author. And I don't really have one because I tend not to keep up with current books and series, mostly because I like to binge a series. So normally if like there's a series I'm interested in, I'll wait until all of it's out before I buy it or get it in the library, and that means I can just read them one after the other if I so choose. So it's not really like I'm waiting for the next book in the series to come out and I know that I'm going to buy it no matter what. And the same with authors, because I tend to read older books, or I normally get fresher books from the library, and I never, even if I buy books, even if they're newer, I never buy them from like a normal, like a book outlet. I don't always get them from charity shops. You just never know what you're going to find. They're always a wee bit more obscure. So I wouldn't say that I have an insta buy author. Animals / magical creatures. As Hufflepuffs, we tend to have a great love of animals. Name a book or a series that has your favorite animal or magical creature in it. Now, this is not my favorite animal in real life, but it is my favorite animal to read about, and that is mice or rats. So Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim is one of my favorite books of all time anyway, and there is 2 sequels to this, although they were not written by Robert O'Brien. They were written by his daughter, but they're still very good, and the writing style and all is very similar, and they're still good books. But this is just a notch above the rest, and I love reading. I mentioned this in last night in my vlog, which will be going up on Friday or Saturday, and I just really enjoy reading about mice, rats, anything underground and that kind of thing. So that book and that trilogy is one of my favorite books of all time, and I just love reading about rodents for some reason. I don't have any like of rodents in real life. I'm not like scared of them, but I just don't have any real love of them, but love it in a book. Next one, trustworthy. We Hufflepuffs are very trustworthy. However, books can also be very untrustworthy. Name a series in which none of the books have disappointed you. None of them have disappointed me. Oh, books can be trustworthy. So like a series that you enjoyed and you enjoyed them all. There's quite a few. I tend to, if I enjoy a first book, I tend to enjoy them all. Maybe not as much as the first, but if I like the characters and the storyline and the writing style, that tends to continue. But I'm going to pick one that just grew, and it's one that I finished recently, and that is the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. And first one, the first half, I was like, no, I'm not getting this. It's very weird. Second half, it picked up, and I was like, I'm intrigued. I think the second book was probably my favourite, and the third was absolutely fantastic. So that was a series. The premise had me hooked in, and the first book left me intrigued, and the series just grew with me, and I'm really grateful that I persisted through, because the first half of this I really was thinking of giving up, because the first half, the writing style is weird and you're kind of thrown into the middle of the story with nothing to grasp onto, which makes the reading progress very slow. So I'm thankful that I hung on to this, and it proved to be an absolutely brilliant series, which I loved. So I'm glad that I put my trust in that one. Caring. Hufflepuff cares for others a lot, even fictional characters. Name a book or series whose main character holds a special place in your heart. You could interpret that in a lot of ways. I know, look at me while I'm like scanning my bookshelves trying to think of something in particular. Obviously there's a lot of Harry Potter characters that we all love, but that's very easy to go to. Percy Jackson, the series, with Percy and Annabeth, I really loved. Where is it? It's hiding in here somewhere. Where's Bigfoot Tobin and Me? Yeah. Bigfoot Tobin and Me by Melissa Savage. Lemonade, the main character in this, is someone that I really felt like endearing and protective towards. The Land of Never Ending. Also, our main character in this is someone that you just want to wrap your arms around and protect, and she's so like lovely and caring and just absolutely precious. And I think that's about it, because I tend to read a lot of adult fantasy books, and they're always a bit morally grey, the characters. There's none that you really just want to wrap up and bubble wrap and protect. So I think for now, off the top of my head, I'm going to go with either of these. The girls in both of these books are really precious, and you really just empathize and want to protect them at all costs. Kindness. Hufflepuffs strive to be kind to others, no matter who they are. Name a book or series that you love despite its flaws and imperfections. I think that goes for any series. So some of my favourite series are, I've really loved The Broken Earth this year. I love The Inheritance Cycle. I love Series of Unfortunate Events. I really loved The Raven Cycle when I first read it, but I have not reread it, and there's something that kind of puts me off doing it. I don't know what that is, but I think all of these have flaws and imperfections. Everything does. There's nothing that is without flaws or imperfections, but we love them anyway. And that was just a couple of my favorite books of all time. Include, as I said, Mrs. Frisby's Rats and the Rats of Nim, Pride and Prejudice, and The Hound of the Baskervilles, one of the Sherlock Holmes novels. And I love them all dearly, but they all have flaws and imperfections in them. So I think that just would basically go for anything that you love is always going to have flaws and imperfections, because nothing is perfect. And finally, patience. Hufflepuffs tend to be very patient, and that's a useful trait when reading a slow-paced book. Name a book that you struggle through and stuck it out till the end. And I'm going to mention something that did I do this last summer or the summer before? I really cannot remember. But I took a summer and I completely finished War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. This is 1,000 pages, and it hasn't even got Bible text. It is smaller than Bible text. If you were to listen to it on audiobook, I don't know what you can still see. I put oh, maybe you can't see because of the glare. Kind of. I put in coloured tabs of how much that I had to read every week, which was about 250 pages. Oh no, it must have been less. Oh yeah, it was half that, because that was if I wanted to read it in a month, so about 125 pages, and then either, you know, round it up or down slightly to whatever was a good place to stop every week to finish it over July and August of the summer. And I did it, and I wouldn't say I loved the book. It wasn't last summer, it must have been the summer before. I wouldn't say I loved the book, but I'm certainly pleased that I read it, and I feel like I learned a lot reading it as well. So didn't love the book, but I'm pleased that I read it. It was very confusing with all the characters and stuff, but I struggled through it and I stuck it out to the end, and I'm quite proud of myself for doing so. It's not quite going to go back into its little crook on the shelf. So that is it for the Hufflepuff Book Tag. I'm not going to tag anyone. This one has been knocking about for a while. Let's see when it was originally created. Yeah, November last year. So, but if you're a Hufflepuff, or even not, and you just want to do the tag and have some fun like I did today and sit down and enjoy it, please do so. And if you have any interesting answers to any of the questions that I answered today, leave them down below. Or if you want to talk about or get any more information on these books, let me know. Also, all my social media will be down below, and I hope you're all happy and healthy and staying safe and doing all you can to be kind to yourself and others, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.